let's continue my Sudoku study series with Summer Nights by Michael. So in this puzzle we have standard 9x9 Sudoku rules where you have to place the numbers 1 through 9 in every row, column, and 3x3 box. In addition, we have some pretty special rules in this puzzle. A digit on a chess piece is the sum of the digits in the cells the chess piece could move in a single move. So knights can move in an L shape if you're not familiar with chess, where they go either 1 over and 2 down, or 2 over and 1 down, or up. It doesn't have to be down or up, but they move in an L shape. Bishops move diagonally, if I could draw it correctly. And then kings can move one cell in any direction. So this is a king, a knight, and a bishop. Bishops and kings can only move to cells in the same 3x3 box, but knights can jump into other boxes. So this bishop has to stay in this box, this king has to stay in this box, and the knights can jump into other boxes. Because knights are allowed to jump chess pieces in chess, so I'm assuming that's why they're allowed. But those are the only constraints. There's a link to the puzzle in the description below if you'd like to try it, and I'm going to go ahead and get started. Okay, so every chess piece is the sum of the digits it can go to. So this king down here can go to these 3 cells. It can move 1 in any one turn, which means these cells can't be so that means none of these cells can be bigger than a 6, because the maximum we could do is 9. Which would be 6, 1, 2. So if the knight is no bigger than a 6, and it can move to this cell, maybe we should color these, just so I can get my head wrapped around it. All right, so this knight is here. It can move to this cell, this cell, this cell, and this cell. So the knight can move to 4 cells. Which means it has to be a 6, because the bare minimum we can do in this box is a 1 and a 2, and then the bare minimum we can do in this box is a 1 and a 2, which equals 6, and this can't be anything higher than a 6. So this has to be a 6. And then the bare minimum this can do for the king is 1 and 2, so this has to be a 9. Okay. So these are all 1 and 2. I don't need to mark the boxes. In fact, I don't need to keep the coloring once I figure out the numbers. It's just going to make it missing. So the bishop in this cell can move here and here diagonally. It can't move here, here, or here because those are in separate boxes. So it can be at minimum a 3 or up to a 9. So the bishop isn't very limited. Same with this bishop, it can move here or here, but it can't be a 1 or a 2. So the minimum it could be is 3 or 4. So this has to be at least a 7. So this is a 7, 8, 9. The king, because it doesn't have a knight next to it, isn't as limited as this one is. It can be, it's at least a 6, but it could go up to a 9. Same with this king. It can go to 3 cells. This bishop is just like this one. It can only go to 2 cells. This knight, maybe we should color this just because the knights are a little tricky. This knight can go here. It can go here and here. So it's at least a 4, because these could be 1 and 2, and this could be a 1. So this one isn't as limited as this one either. And then this one, well, let's look at this one. This one can go to 4 different cells. It could go to this one, this one, this one, and this one. So again, it is at least 6, because these two at minimum are 1, 2, and because these ones share the same row, even though they don't share a box, are also at least 1, 2. So this one's at least a 6. And this one can go here, here, or here. So this one, again, isn't as limited as this one is. Well, this one can't be a 1 or 2, actually, because we have this 1, 2 down here. So this one's at least a 3. So if this is at least a 3 and this is at least 3 combined, this has to at least be a 6. So this is 6, 7, 8. Can't be a 9 because of this 9 down here. This can't be a 1, 2 pair actually because of this cell here. Because if this was 1, 2, we wouldn't be able to put anything here. So we have to go at least 1, 3 here. So this has to at least be 4. And this has to at least be 3. So this actually has to at least be 7. So if this was 3 and this was 1, 3, this could be 2 and 1 over here. This would be 7. That works. If this was 3, what's the max this could be? Is 5 combined. So these can't be anything higher than a 4. Same with this. This can't be anything higher than a 4. So this is 3 or 4. And these are 1, 2, 3, or 4. But they can't be 1, 2, just 1, 2. Actually, could they ever be 2? I don't think they can. Oh no, they could be 2, 3. And this could be 3 to make 8. Yeah, that works. Okay. Oh, this can't be a 1, 2. This has to at least be 3 because of this 1, 2 pair down here. Okay, so this is at least 4 here combined. And can this one be 1? Because if this was 1, this would have to be 2, 3. Because it can't be 3, 4 because that would be 7 already. And that would make this 10 at the bare minimum. Because if this was 1, this would be 2. So this one can't be 1 either. So this is at least 3. I don't think this can be 2 for the same reason. Can this be 2? This is 2, this would be 1. And that would again force us to be 3, 4. So this can't be 2 either. So this is at least a 3, this is at least a 3, this is at least a 1. So that's 7 right there. Okay. So this is at least 7. Oh no, I forgot about this cell over here. So we're looking at least 8, right? If this is 3, this is 3. And let's say these are both 1, that's 8. So this is an 8 or 9. Does one of these have to be 3? They can't both be 4, that's for sure. Because then we'd be at 10 if these are both 1s. So I think one of them has to be a 3. Which means 3 wouldn't go here, because this cell sees both of these. So I think one of these has to be a 3. Maybe both. This one can still be a 3 because it doesn't see this cell. If this was 3, 4, that would be 7, and then these could both be 1s to make this 9. All right. But these cells have to be pretty small. One of these has to be a 3. If they're both 3, this could be 1, 2 to get to 9. But if it's 3, 4, these would both have to be 1. So these two can't be anything higher than 2. And only one of them can be 2. And these are 3, 4. So these cells can't be 1 because there's going to be a 1 in here no matter what. So this has to at least be 2 if these were both 1. And this cell can't be 1 either because it sees both cells as well. So these are at least 5. This is at least 2, 3. Plus a potential 2. So if these are both 1s, these could both be 2. And this could be 3, which would make this 7. So this is also 7, 8, or 9. Could these be 3, 4? That would be 7. And these would be This couldn't be a 1. It could still be a 2, though, if these are both 1. So yeah, these could be 3, 4, 2, and 9. That still works. So what's the bishop doing? This is at least a 2, potentially a 3, or more. This could theoretically be 1, maybe? This was 1, 2, 3, 4. This could be 1, potentially. Which would make this at least 4. So that's not that limited. All right. We do have a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple in this column, which means this 9 and the 6 have to go somewhere. So this 9 and 6 has to go right here in these 2 spots for the column, which means 6 has to go up here somewhere in this box, and 9 has to go in the middle here. Do these other 1, 2s interact with any of these other cells? Not really. I mean, these 2 cells can still be anything. What are these 2 cells? Because that's what this bishop sees. So these have to be at least 3, 4. So they're 3, 4, that would be 7. 3, 5 would be 8. 4, 5 would be 9. We could do 3, 6 to get 9. Okay. So these are 3, 4, 5, 6. We still need whatever number doesn't go in here somewhere. 9 can't go down here. But 9 can still go in any of these 4 spots. Oh, this has to be a 1, 2 pair here. Oh, that makes a 1, 2 pair for this column. It also makes a 1, 2 pair for this row. That means this cell has to be at least a 3. This cell is at least a 3, and we can't do a 1, 2 pair here because of this cell here. So if we did 3, we could do 3, 1, 4 to get to 7. So this is at least a 7. And it can't be a 9, okay. So we're putting a 1 in here somewhere. Because the only way to get to 7 in 3 cells is 1, 2, 4, and 8 has 2 ways to get to 8 in 3 cells, but both of them include a 1. It's 1, 2, 5 or 1, 3, 4. So there's a 1 in here somewhere. It can't go here because of this 1, 2 pair. So the 1 is going in here, which makes this a 2 and this a 1. Which makes this a 1 and this a 2. Okay. So does that help us with this knight here? If this is 3, this could still be 1, 4 to get to 8. Can we get to 7 still? I don't know if we can still get to 7 without the 2, right? If we did 3, 4, 1, that would be 8. If we did 3, 1, 3, that would be 7. Okay. So we can still get to 8. There's going to be a 1 over here no matter what, which we kind of already knew. Oh, we have a 2 and a 1 down here too. So that's a 1, 3, 4 triple for this box and column. This is a triple now. So for the column, this is a 5, 7, 8. Which leaves a pair over here, which is a 3, 4. Which means this can't be 3, 4. Ooh, that makes this a really big cell down here. That means this can no longer be 7. It could be 5, 3 or 5, 4 or 6, 3. So this can no longer be 5 or 6 down here. All right. Interesting. 2's going up here somewhere, just from Sudoku. Do we have any other logic we can do here? Does the 2's getting removed tell us anything about this cell? If this was 3, 1, 3, this would be a 4. But we could still do 3, 4, 1, and this would be a 3. So it doesn't really. We could also do 4, 1 this way. So this isn't necessarily a 4. Did I have a minimum for these cells or a maximum anyway? Maybe, does this one have to be a 3 or a 4? I don't think so. I think this could still be a 2. There's definitely a 1 that's going in here. Because even if this is 3, 3, we can't do 2, 2 because that's still 10. So this can't be a 1. And this can't be a 1. So these are at least 2, 3. So this is at least 5. And this is at least a 2. I think the maximum these could be is 4. Actually, could we do 3, 5, 1? No, this can't be a 1 because it's going to see both of these cells. So this one can't be a 1. This one's at least a 2. And these ones are at least 2, 3, 4. I don't think they can be 5 because this one's at least a 2. Oh, we could do 5, 2, 2 and get to 9. So yeah, this one can be a 5. This one cannot be. This one can't be a 1. Could this one be a 3? If we did 2, 3, if we did 3, 2, 3 to get to 8, yeah, we can do that. So this one can be a 3 or 4 even, really. If we did 2, 3, 4, that's 9. The high numbers are pretty limited in this row. We have 1, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2. Wait up. We have a 1, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. That's a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple. So this one actually has to be 5. Interesting. Super interesting. Which makes this one 2 and this one 2 and this one 9. Which makes this a 1 and a 1. Which makes this an 8. So this is 2. These two have to equal 6. So these are both 3. This is a 4 and a 1. That's 5. This has to be a 3 to make this 8 because we can't get to 9 because of this 9 down here. So this is a 3 and an 8. All right. Makes this a 4 and a 3. 2 can no longer go here. So this cell now is 8. It has to be. Because the lowest digit we can put here is 3. And that is 8. And it can't be 9. So yeah, this is a 3 and we made a mistake. Uh-oh. All right, where did I make a mistake? How far back? So this one doesn't have to be a 5. I made a mistake here. How is this not a 1, 2, 3, 4 triple or quadruple? Did I mess up on the math? Do these have to be 3, 4, 1, 2? Did I mess up doing all that logic? Could this be a 5? No, it can't be. Because this is at bare minimum 4. So this at max can be 4. We know 2 is going up here somewhere. I must have messed up some logic with the purple or the green knights. All right, let's run through these scenarios again. This can't be a 1 or a 2. There has to be a 1 in here somewhere. And it can't be a 2 because we already have a 2. These are at least 3, 4. What about this one? Can this one be a 2? Oh, you know what? I didn't consider this one being a 2, I don't think. No, this one can't be a 2. There's a 2 down here. That's right, there was the 1, 2 pair down here. Yeah, this is 3 or 4. So if these are both 3s, is there another number this one could be? This can't be a 1. These are both 3s. That would be 6. I mean, these both can't be 2s, and this cell sees both of these cells. So one of these is going to be 1, no matter what. So this is at least a 2 or a 3. How is this not a 5? What piece of logic am I missing here? Could this one be a 3? No. Because even if we were the bare minimum here, this would be 6. And if this was 3, that's already 9. What are we putting here? Can't do it. What am I missing? Can this one be a 1? Am I missing? No, they can't be. One of them has to be a 1 here. How is this not a quadruple here? Can this be a 6? 6 and 2? No. That's already 8, and this can't be 1. We've already established this. I'm extremely confused. Is there a reason why this one can't be a 3? Is that what I'm missing? But that still makes this a 1, 3, 4 quadruple. So that would still be a 5. Why did I not have this marked 3? I mean, it doesn't matter for what the logic I'm looking for right now. Could this one potentially be a 6? Am I missing something there? No, can't be. These can't be 2, so these have to be at least a 4. This can't be a 1 or 2. So this is at least a 3, so that would make it bare minimum 7. Oh, could this one still be a 4? But that still doesn't change anything. If these are both 2s, that would be 4, and this would be 4. And this would be 8. Oh, this could be a 5, and these could both be 2s. I legitimately didn't put together. If these are both 2s, these would both be 1s, this would be a 5. And that makes this 9. Okay, I guess I miscalculated this cell here. All right. Well, that makes this a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quintuple. So this one can't be a 2 anymore. So this is a 6, 7, 8, 9 quadruple. This one can't be 9. I don't know if that's worth marking. All right. All right, so what are we trying next then? I figured that out. I figured out my mistake. Anything to do with this night now? These are still. I guess the question is this could this be 7? If this was 7, these would have to be 2, 2, 3. And then these would both be 1. This would be a 4 because this would be a 3. So we'd already beat a 6 here, making this a 3, which would make this 9. That still works. If this is a 7. I don't see a problem with that. Can these both be 3, 4 now? Or can these be different? If they were 3, 4, this would definitely be 1. And this one would just be the opposite of whatever this is, so it's not a big deal. Can these ones both be 4? They cannot. These have to either be both 3 or 1, 3, and 1, 4. Wait up. No, they could both be 4. If this is a 4, these can't be 4. All right. I guess could this cell be 2? Does this one have to be 1? Because if this is a 2, these would have to at least be 6. 3, 3, and this couldn't be 2. This would have to be 3 to be a 9, but you can't do 2, 3. So yeah, this one can't be 2. This has to be a 1. All right. So this bishop now, this is at least a 2 or 3, the bare minimum. But it doesn't have to be. This could be 2, 4 to get to 6. This could still be 2 or 3. This is at least a 5, because the bare minimum we could do here is 2, 3. The maximum this could be is, I guess it could go all the way up to 7 if this is a 2, and this could be a 9. So this still has a lot of open digits. I'm missing some basic Sudoku stuff. This is a 6, 9. We still need a 3, 4, 5, 8 in here. That's not really helping us at all. Maybe it's this cell. Can this one be a 2? If this was a 2, these would both be 3. Are we running into the same logic? Yes, we are. If this was a 2, these would both have to be at least 3, which means these would be 6. What would this cell be? Couldn't be a 2, because this would be a 2. Could be a 3 because this would be a 3, so it'd be at least a 4 and making this 10. So this is also a 1. All right, which makes this a 1 up here. So if this is 1 and this is 3, that's 4. Okay. This has to be 8, I think, right? No, we could go 1, 3, 3. That's 7. So now that these are both at least 2, that doesn't change anything. I knew they both had to be at least 2. If these are both 3, then this is 8. And then this is 4, and this is 8. These both can't be 4, because if these are both 4, that would make this 10. So this one has to be 3, because it sees both of these cells, and they can't both be 4. So actually, wait up. No, this one has to be 4, because a 4, wait up, let me rethink this. I'm getting it jumbled up in my head. These both can't be 4. One of them has to be 3, which means this one has to be 4. Got it. Which makes both of these 3. Which makes this 8. And this is 5, so this has to be 3 to make this 8. So this is a 3, this is an 8. All right. So we could still, if we did 2, 2, 5, that would make this 9. That's the bare minimum. This can't be a 4, because this is already 7. So this is 2, and this is 9. Whoops. This is now a 2. It's the only spot left for a 2 in this box. This is a 4 and a 3 down here. Has this changed at all? This 7 or 8? This still has to be at least a 3. And this is at least 1, 3. So this is at least 4. This is at least 3. So if this is at least 4, this is at most could be 4. So this is a 3 or a 4. If this is a 3, this could be up to 5. Combined. So again, it's 1, 3, or 4. It's either 1, 3 or 1, 4. All right. 8 has to go here, just because of Sudoku, these 2 8s. All right. Maybe we still have some basic stuff to do over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We still need 5, 7, 8, 9. So this can't be a 9. So this is 5, 7, 8. And 8 has to go in one of these 2 cells. For this column, we still need 4, which can't go up here. So 4 is going in here somewhere. We got 4, 5, 6, and 7. We can't put 6 in here because of this pair over here. These ones can't be 4, so these are 5, 6, 7. These ones are 5, 7, 9. Doesn't really tell us much, does it? Maybe this cell's a bit more limited now. These 4 cells left are 3, 4, 6, 7. This can't be a 3. So that means this can't be a 5, because how are we getting up here, right? So this is a 2. This is a 5. So this can't be a 3 or a 4. And it can't be a 7 because we don't have a 5 to add to 2. So this is a 6 and this is a 4. That makes this a 7 and a 3. Let's see, 5 can't go over here. 6 can no longer go here, so this is a 6. This isn't a 7, this isn't a 5, this isn't a 6. This is a 3. This is a 1. This is a 4. So this makes that 8. Even without this 7, that told us this was 8. So there's a 4 over here. This is an 8. Or not an 8. All right. So we got to figure out this bishop and this king, and then the rest is just Sudoku. So what are our options here for this column? We only have 4 digits left. We have 1, 2, 3, 9. Obviously, we can't do 1, 2, or 3 here because of these 3 digits. So this has to be 9, which makes this a 6 and a 9. This is 1, 2, 3 here. Oh, this one's just a 2. This one's just a 3. This one's just a 1. Okay. So these 2 digits have to add to 8. Let's see. What are the ways to add to 8? So we could do 8, 1. We can't do 8, 1 because this 8 and this 1. 7, 2. We could do 7, 2. That works. No, we have to add to 8. Sorry, not 9. We have to add to 8. We can't do 7, 1. We can't do, we could do 6, 2, as long as this is the 2. So this wouldn't be 6. Or no, this wouldn't be 2. We can't do 5, 3, and we can't do 4, 4. Can't do 5, 3 because of this 3, and can't do 4, 4 just because of Sudoku. So there's a 6 and a 2. All right, so we have that one figured out. And then the rest of the digits, we only need 2 digits for this column, which are a 7 and an 8. Are those resolved? They're not. Actually, they are. It's because it's not 7 and 8, so they aren't resolved. It's 7 and 5. All right. Oh yeah, we still have this one here. So this is a 4. So this has to be 9. And this has to be 5. It's the only way of doing that. So there's a 5 and a 9. There's a 7 and a 5. There's an 8. This is no longer a 5. This is no longer an 8. For this box, we still need a 4, 7, 8. Are those resolved at all? They're not. For this box, we still need a 5, 6, 9. This has to be a 5 because 6, 9 already removed from the row. 9 can't go here, so this is a 9. This is a 6. This is a 7 and a 5. Only 1 digit left for the row, which is a 2. Nope, not a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 1 digit left here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need a 3 and an 8 for the column, which is there's an 8 and a 3 here. Okay. Only 3 digits left for this row. We have the 5 and 7 over here. What's the third digit? The 4. Let's see, 7 can't go here, so this is 4 or 5. And this can be any of the 3. We need 5, 6, 9 for this row. 5 can't go here, so this is a 6, 9. Nice. This is 5, 6, 9. This is just a 7, 9 for the row. So the really only thing to figure out is this bishop here. Let's see. Are there any small digits really removed? We can't put 1 in either of these spots because of this one and this one here. This can't be a 2, so this is at least a 3. Nope, it's not a 3 either because of the 3 over there in box number 4. So this is at least a 4. This can't be a 1, so this is at least a 2. I don't see a 2 in here, so this is at least a 6. So we got 6. Could be 7, it can't be 8, could be 9. All right. So this is a 4, this would have to be a 2. This could be a 5, can't be a 6, can't be a 7, can't be an 8 because we can't put a 1 here. All right, so this is just a 4 or 5. So if this is 6, this could be a 1. Nope, can't be a 1. All right, so the only way to get to 6 is 4, 2. Where's the 1? That's, oh, this one right here, that's right. So if this is 7, this would be 5, 2, or 4, 3. Nope, we can't do 4, 3. If this is 9, this would be 5, 4, can't do it. Or 4, 5, can't do it. So this is a 2 no matter what. And this is not a 9, this is either 6 or 7. That makes this a 4, 5 pair for the column. The only other 2 digits we have left are a 3 and an 8. This is the 3 and an 8 here. Makes this a 7, this is a 9, this is a 7, 5, 7 is an 8. Let's see, we got 6, 9 here. Oh, this is now a 6, which makes this a 4. This is a 4, this is a 7, 8, 5, 4, 9, 6, 5, 4. All right, and we just got to finish up this last box. Last digit in here is a 5. Last digit for the row is a 9, and then we still need a 1, which goes here, and a 7, which goes here. All right. Cost me a bit of time miscalculating this cell here, which did end up being 5. I thought this one had to be a 5 for some reason, but so I had to backtrack a little bit. But yeah, that was kind of an interesting rule set. I've never run into that one before with cells moving. I don't know if anybody else has ever used that one before. Yeah, but it was definitely interesting. So Michael, I don't know if you created that rule set or not, but it was a fun one, even though I made the mistake. So if you want to try the puzzle, remember there's a link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, remember to leave a like, subscribe, follow, and let me know how you did with this puzzle.